It would increase because you get cash. It's more liquid than accounts receivable. So 2 should be there. Selling inventory at cost. Yeah, inventory is less liquid. Selling inventory at a profit, definitely. So 2, 3, 4. We didn't talk about this, but it's the process of looking for items that are exceptions to norm, no. Applicable only for internal purposes, no. Useful for both creditors and shareholders, that is true. Useful when forecasting future performance, that is also true. So it should be 3 and 4. Oh, maybe 1, 2, yeah. We show the following is correct according to the DuPont identity. Remember, ROE is profit margin, total asset turnover, and equity multiplier. If you don't remember what capital intensity ratio was, that's the reciprocal of total asset turnover. So ROE is profit margin times EM, no. ROE is ROA times equity multiplier, that is true. This is definitely not correct. That's definitely not correct. And this should be ROE. I think it's this one. I didn't talk about it in class, but it's in the book. Read the book. Which of the following will increase the sustainable growth rate of a firm? Remember, sustainable growth rate is return on equity times retention ratio divided by 1 minus that. If you eliminate all dividends, what's that going to do? As far as the sustainable growth rate is concerned, it's going to increase the retention ratio. The more money you keep, the faster you're going to grow. So 1 is correct. Increasing the target debt equity ratio. If the firm becomes more leveraged, everything else being the same, equity multiplier is higher, so ROE is going to be higher. That means sustainable growth rate is going to be higher. So basically, anything that increases return on equity and retention ratio will increase the sustainable growth ratio. Or sustainable growth rate. Increasing the profit margin, yes, because it's going to help increase the return on equity. Increasing the total asset turnover, yes. This should all be. We don't have, oh, right there. I thought we didn't have that. See, my memory doesn't go as I age, but the eyesight. And when I was 20 years old, I hit a silver dollar from 200 yards without using scopes.
Wow.
With old M1 Durans. As long as, it was proper, the sights were proper.
What is it, 530-06?
Huh?
What is M1 530-06?
M1 Durans? No, they're 762, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
They're standard NATO. I think they're 762.
Oh, I didn't think they were using them.
Oh, they're old. I mean, they were the rifles that were used during World War II. The GIs used pretty much that.
Greatest battle.
It's semi-automatic. I mean, I think.
The Springfield rifles 530-06.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those I don't know. I mean, in high school, I went to military high school. The first rifle they gave us were from First World War. They were the Mausers.
Ooh, rolling block.
Huh?
Rolling block.
and you put 5 bullets into the thing, and those things kick like a goddamn mule. Whew.
My mother found
I wasn't ready for the first time I shot. Remember, I'm 14 years old and probably not even 110 pounds. And they didn't tell us that the kick was that bad. And there was a guy who didn't put it in the right place on the shoulder.
Oh.
His shoulder got separated.
Oh.
It's such a bad kick. And the bullets were this big.
my mother found an EKU yearbook, and it was like from '73, and they used to have a shooting team. It showed them a picture of them with all their little rifles. I think they were 22 rifles.
Yeah. If I had stayed in Army Academy, I probably would have trained to be a sniper.
I enjoy shooting.
But I don't think I can, shoot a silver dollar from 30 yards now. The eyesight is gone. And plus, my hands are shaking.
You could always get the correction surgery on your eyes.
Yeah, but the hands are shaking.
Yeah.
The key to being a sharpshooter is not the eyesight.
Yeah.
It's how you control your breathing and how you control your hands.
You really the trigger pulls everything up.
Oh yeah.
Especially like every time I go.
You
shoot,
push the trigger. You don't pull the trigger.
Yeah, I gotta.
You just press.
Hold it just right.
All right. Okay, let's do some calculations. All right. Firm has adopted a policy whereby it will not seek any additional external financing. Given this, what is the maximum growth rate of the firm if it has all that? So what is the ratio that we're going to calculate? Or what is the growth rate? Internal or sustainable? Given the information here. That's the first thing we're going to decide. What are we calculating?
It's internal because they're not seeking any external financing.
Exactly. They're saying we're not going to get any money from the outside. By definition, that's internal growth rate. So we're going to calculate internal growth rate, which is ROA times retention ratio. I'm just going to leave it like that. So all we have to do is calculate the components, right? Well, we know the definition of ROA, net income over total assets. Are we given net income? Yes. 4,500. Are we given total assets? Yes. So it's 5.63%. How about retention ratio? You should immediately see the answer if you're paying attention. Retention is what you keep, right? So it's 1 minus dividend payout ratio.
So it would be 30%.
30%. Hence, IGR is going to be 5.63% times 30% divided by, you could do this in Excel too, but it's quick here. One note, when you put the percent, it internally converts that into decimal, so you don't have to worry about it. Again, all you have to do is use definitions. Let's calculate this one. Okay, we know we want ROA, which is net income over total assets. Do we know net income? Are we given net income? No. Are we given total assets? Yes. So we're gonna figure out a way to figure out net income. What among the things that we're given involves net income?
Well, we have the sales, so we know that-
Sales doesn't involve net income. It's sales, it's just a number. There is something over there that involves net income in its computation.
profit margin.
It's the profit margin. PM is equal to net income over sales, which implies net income is PM times sales. Remember, PM is how much money you make per dollar of sales. So we can quickly calculate that, which is 7.5% times 330, 600. My keyboard is having issues again. And all I have to do is put things in place. 795 divided by total assets of 252,100. 9.84%. See how easy that was? Just figure out what you need. All you have to do is, what are the definitions of those? Once you write them down, you're home.
Sure.